Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you all for coming tonight. I'd like to call to order for the meeting of the Board of Education, February 18th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in the boardroom of the Administration Building at 70 Conover Road, Colesneck, New Jersey. Mr. Marasco, can we have a roll call?
Absolutely. Mrs. Cameron.
Here.
Mrs. Horowitz.
Here.
Mr. Arrico.
Here.
Mr. Rignetta.
Here.
Mr. Scales.
Here.
Mr. Scarpa.
Here.
Mrs. Volpe.
Here.
Mr. Walsh.
Here.
Mr. Wickberg.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Great, thank you. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, this meeting has been duly advertised in the Asbury Park Press in a schedule of meetings dated January 23rd, 2026, notice of which has been filed with the Deputy Clerk for Colesneck Township, and the requirements of posting of notices have been met. At this time, if we could ask everybody to stand for the flag salute and the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, I just want to say that was a fantastic edition of our national anthem, and that was our fifth grade students. So yep, and we just want to thank them for a fantastic performance there. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. Okay, we are going to move right into the approval of the minutes. We have several minutes there. December 17th, one regular, one executive, a January 7th, January 21st, and an executive session. Anybody have any questions or comments on those minutes? Nothing? Okay, great. Can I get a roll call to approve them?
Is there a motion?
A motion.
And a second?
Second.
Yep, a roll call.
On the minutes, Mrs. Cameron?
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Arrico?
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta?
Yes.
Mr. Scales?
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa?
Here. Yes.
Mrs. Volpe?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg?
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passed unanimously.
Great. I'm going to ask, just to go back, and if somebody could volunteer to read the mission statement this evening. Would you like to volunteer? Mr. Rico, thank you very much.
The mission of the Colesneck Township Schools is to empower and inspire students to be confident, creative, self-sufficient learners who maximize their strengths and talents and contribute as responsible participants in their ever-expanding world.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Rico. Okay, we are going to go right into our presentation tonight. We have a number of them to go over. This board is absolutely so proud to always take the time to recognize such great achievements of our students and staff here. So I'm going to have Dr. Garibay proceed with this, and then we appreciate you all attending for this.
Welcome, everyone. This is the good stuff, right? This is the things that make us all smile and what makes us part of such a beautiful, unique school community. So we have some people, very special students and adults to recognize this evening. So thank you, members of the Colesic Township Board of Education, President Volpe, for allowing us and encouraging us to continue to recognize our students and staff in this forum. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about our the extra things that we offer. Yes, at the core of everything that we do, we have our academics, we have our math, our science, our language arts, everything that we do. But we do a lot of other things. And a lot of things that we do is try to inspire students to find their talents, to find things that they like, to find things that they're interested in that may, in addition to math and science and language arts and all and social studies and all the things, that they may also want to explore outside of the classroom. One of the things we continue to be so proud of, that I continue to be so proud of, is our music program. You heard it played, our national anthem by our Crest band, led under the direction of Mrs. Cheryl Chandler, who is just outstanding. And that carries through. We start them there. And we think the love of music starts at primary school, right, when they're introduced to some notes and sounds and music. And then if they really want to, they can try an instrument out. And then they become members of the band at elementary school. And then hopefully they carry through and go on to middle school. And they continue to thrive under the direction of Mr. Jeff Brown, our instrumental music director there. That being said, this year we had 2 students who found the courage and have the absolute talent to audition and to have been selected for the All Shore Intermediate Band. And what you need to know about that is that takes a lot. They are given a separate piece of music that they have to learn, and then they have to go in and they play it by themselves in front of people they don't know. And I know that for a fact, and I'm so proud to ask, and I may actually come over. Paul, why don't you stay there unless you want to come over here, or I can help do that. But first, I'd like to recognize Ms. Charlie Sabatino, who was selected this year. Come on up, Charlie. We are so proud of you and your tenor sax that you play so beautifully. And we just want to, in Colts Neck, we have something called a Golden Horseshoe Award, okay? And this Golden Horseshoe Award is proudly presented to Charlie Sabatino in recognition of her outstanding musical achievement and her selection and participation in the 2026 All Shore Intermediate Band, reflecting dedication, talent, and commitment to excellence. Congratulations. Paul, you want to come up here, or you want me to come to you? You're on camera if you're here, so do you want to? So Paul, the Megos Outwind, right? That's it, is how you say it correctly, is an outstanding tuba player, correct? Correct. And being a middle school student and taking on an instrument like the tuba is no light task. So I want to commend you for that, and I also want to present you to this Golden Horseshoe Award in recognition of his outstanding musical achievement and his selection and participation in the 2026 All Shore Intermediate Band, reflecting dedication, talent, and commitment to excellence. Congratulations. Carry that over for you. So one of the joys of being a teacher is seeing students like Charlie and like Paul rise to the occasion and being a part of that, believing that you played some type of small role in that. So as superintendent, it also gives me a lot of honor to ask Mr. Jeff Brown to join me up here, please. And what you need to know about Mr. Jeff Brown, not just because he is the instrumental music director and teacher at Cedar Drive, but among his peers among the All Shore Intermediate Band Directors Association, Jeff was selected this year to conduct the 2026 All Shore Intermediate Band Concert. This is a truly prestigious honor because it represents among your peers that they chose you among everybody else to lead all of the students for this very special honor. And as your superintendent and on behalf of the Board of Education, we couldn't be more proud of you being selected for this type of honor. So this, well, we'll do this first. This is not what you think it is in this bag. So this is actually, it was given to me to pass on to you that was created by your peers. So you can open it at Cedar Drive, something for you. Go ahead, you can open it now. You are, yes, you can open it. Specifically, Mrs. Bufano. Made that. What does that say?
So it says the 67th Annual Evening of Music led by Mr. Jeff Brown and has the All Shore Band logo on it.
So, Mr. Brown, I'm going to present to you, on behalf of the Cold Neck Township Board of Education and the administration, all of us here who love every single thing that you do here, this Golden Horseshoe Award, which is in recognition of your selection by the All Shore Intermediate Band Directors Association to lead the 2026 All Shore Intermediate Band, reflecting dedication, talent, and your commitment to excellence. Congratulations. Thank you. Absolutely. Okay. Then, now, this one is pretty special. And it came word of mouth to me. And when I learned about it, I kind of had to shake my head a bit. So if I could have Matthew and Russell and Mrs. Guadagnino, which I always want to say slowly and correctly, join me up here, please, for a minute. With Matthew here, and then we'll have Russell over here. Okay, we're good? Okay. So these three individuals, two students, and where do you go to school? And what school? Conover Road Elementary School. And what grade are you in? Third grade. And your role at Conover Road Elementary School?
Lunch assistant.
Lunch recess aide, correct. Not too long ago, just a few weeks ago, while these young men were having lunch on a typical day at Conover Road Elementary School, right? And Mrs. Guadagnino was your lunch recess aide, correct? You saw something happening, right? Okay. And would you mind speaking to that a little bit, sensitive of names? Go ahead.
Okay, well, Matthew noticed that our friend Nate,
Just a friend.
was choking. Well, looked at him and went to Russell and said, I think our friend is choking. And then he noticed it and ran over and got me. I went over and then I noticed he was choking, and I asked him if I had to squeeze his belly, and I went behind him and I did a Heimlich twice, and then it came up and then he was, I'm good, and then tears came out of his eyes. We were all shaking and just little, wound up from it, and I took him to the nurse and they checked him out and everything was good, and they did a great job. They came and got me, and I was very, very surprised about that, how great they just were right on the money. And
So wow. I just want to say, that was thank you for sharing that. But I also just want to share, you're heroes. Like you were somebody's hero that day. And that's a big deal. And when we talk about, you've heard Mr. Osmond say, Mrs. Milano, you've heard Mrs. Rosso say about caring cults, right? When you're talking about it, you were huge caring cults that day. Huge. You were the most caring cults that day, dare I say, on record. So, Matthew, Russell, and Mrs. Guadagnino, it would be my absolute honor on behalf of the Cold Neck Township Board of Education and all of us here to present you with Golden Horseshoe Awards in recognition of your courage and actions to help a Conover Road Elementary School student in need, and for being the ultimate caring cult that day for someone. And that's for you. You're welcome. Absolutely. Congratulations. Can we take a picture real quick? Go ahead. Absolutely. And now I think we have a special presentation and recognition that I'm going to pass back over to President Volpe.
Okay, the last recognition we have tonight is number 5 on the agenda. Just to give you a little bit of background, Mr. Scarpa had come to me with this initiative. This would be the first night we were presenting this recognition. And he came to me a few weeks ago about bringing forth and sharing people's accomplishments and missions, civic engagement, and humanitarian service. So I approved it, and going forward, we will be acknowledging people for that service. So I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Scarpa, and he will be presenting this award to Miss Ashley McCormick. Thank you, Mr. Scarpa.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Scales. I'm so sorry. And Mr.
I'm
Scales.
Mr. Scales.
I'm going to hold it.
So good evening, and thank you, Ms. Volpe, for this opportunity. I appreciate it. So every now and then, someone or something really good comes along and makes you want to stop in whatever you're doing and reflect on where you are in your own life. When you are fortunate, you meet those special people, and one may ask, what can I do to make a difference? Dr. Martin Luther King once said, if I cannot do great things, perhaps I can do small things in a great way. That's exactly what this board is doing tonight, as it begins a brand new program of dedication and recognition to those that demonstrate strength, grit, and determination. Disease knows no borders, no politics, no economics. What we do know is that the human spirit is stronger than anything that can happen to it. Tonight, we take this opportunity to recognize and honor Ms. Ashley McCormick, a wife, a mom, a fellow school board member, and a friend. Ms. McCormick is a fine example of human strength, determination, and character, especially in the face of arduous challenges. Her example teaches us to stand up and make a difference. Fight the good fight, and when possible, bring joy and happiness to those around you. With that, I welcome my good friend, Mr. Rob Scales, to read the first part of this board's proclamation of dedication. So.
All right, this is our proclamation of dedication, the Colts Neck Township Board of Education, calendar year 2026. Whereas the Colts Neck Township Board of Education is entrusted with the education, safety, and well-being of the children and families of our community. And whereas true leadership is shaped not only by public and by policy and governance, but by empathy, resilience, and the courage to face adversity with purpose. And whereas within our community are individuals who live each day carrying burdens unseen, confronting illness not as a moment in time, but as an enduring companion that reshapes life priorities and strength. And whereas Ashley McCormick represents those who face cancer and other profound challenges with quiet determination, choosing each day to move forward, not because fear is absent, but because love, responsibility, and hope demand it. And whereas her strength is found not in spectacle, but in perseverance, in showing up for her children, her family, and her life, even on days marked by uncertainty, exhaustion, and fear. I'll pass it to Brian to read the rest.
And whereas such courage mirrors the very values of this board and seeks to instill in its students resilience in the face of difficulty, compassion for others, responsibility for those who depend on us, and the resolve to continue when circumstances are unfair or outcomes are unknown. And whereas education is at its highest calling when it recognizes the humanity behind the work and honors those whose lived examples teach lessons no textbook can fully capture. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Colts Neck Township Board of Education hereby dedicates the inspiration of its work throughout the 2026 calendar year to Ashley McCormick, her work as a Board of Education member, her moral character vested in strength and determination, and to all individuals who demonstrate extraordinary courage through ordinary acts of perseverance. And be it further proclaimed that this dedication serves as a reminder to board members, administrators, educators, and the greater school community that strength often arrives quietly. Leadership often looks like endurance, and hope is built one determined day at a time. And be it finally proclaimed that Ashley McCormick shall be recognized as the first recipient of this dedication, and that the Cold Snake Township Board of Education hereby establishes this recognition as an annual dedication to be awarded in future years to individuals whose courage, resilience, and service exemplify the values of this community and inspire others through their example. Adopted on this 18th day of February 2026 by the Cold Snake Township Board of Education. Please come up and accept your award.
Congratulations. You're welcome. Here, come over here. We'll get a nice little picture here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Scarpa and Mr. Scales. Okay, at this time, I know most of you aren't going to stay, but I was going to speak on this during my president's report. We're just going to skip over the communications for just a moment while everybody's here. I just wanted to speak to this. Yeah, I know, you typed it up really big so I could see. I just wanted to bring to the attention of everybody, I was absolutely so proud and honored to receive this news. Dr. Garibay reached out to me the other day that we had ranked number 15th in the state of New Jersey for moneyinc.com. So it was a fantastic achievement. I'm going to have you speak to it during your superintendent's, but I just want to read this little paragraph here on what exactly this means. So ranking number 15, Cold Snake Township Schools, operates 3 high-performing institutions in Monmouth County. The district includes 2 elementary schools and 1 middle school, all consistently ranking among New Jersey's top educational facilities. Your children will benefit from exceptional academic standards here. The district's math proficiency score reaches 70%, significantly above the state average of 38%. Reading proficiency stands at 72% compared to New Jersey's 49% statewide average. The district maintains a test ranking of 10 out of 10, placing it at the top 10% of public schools across the state. This performance reflects the district's commitment to academic excellence and student achievement. You'll find a safe, civil learning environment throughout this district. The schools prioritize creating spaces free from harassment, intimidation, and bullying for all students, employees, and volunteers. So I just wanted to recognize that while most of you were here. This board is absolutely honored and proud of this achievement, and we want to thank everybody who made this possible, the teachers, the staff, the superintendent. We are so proud of you, and I know you're going to speak on this, and this is just all you. You guys deserve this, and this board appreciates everything. So at this time, whoever would like to stay for the meeting, you're welcome to do so. If not, you could dismiss yourselves when you see fit. Yep, we could take a 5-minute recess. Yep. Thank you.
Do you want to take pictures? Any pictures with anybody?
Yeah, I want to get Mrs. McCormick. We are going to go right into our student representatives reports tonight. So let's see who would like to begin. All right, Mrs. Diener, come on up. Nice to see you.
Good evening. I have two new ideas for you tonight. One of them is called the Kindness Club, but instead of a K for kindness, it's a C, so it would be called the CC for short. It's a club that focuses on socializing for students who have trouble making friends or are going through something like a rough patch and could use a pat on the back. It's an all-around club for people to hang out and talk and do really whatever they want. Also to get tips for being kind to people that they normally wouldn't be kind to. We could find a teacher who'd be willing to host it, and it could be on Wednesdays or Thursdays. The club would be for students to just talk about the things that are making them feel down in a safe space with friends. It's also another way to make new friends with upper or lower classmen. It's a perfect idea, and some days it could be hosted outside in the Peace Garden by the pergola. When it's nice out, of course. People could bring in crafts or snacks and just hang out with friends in a safe space to talk to teachers and get help for tons of things, especially about being kind. This club may be the heart of a new kindness program, teaching students how to be kind and not be bullies. Another idea is a fun run. It's a fundraiser to raise money for mental health awareness. It would be a $5 fee to join in and run around Bucks Mill to raise awareness about mental health and the struggles that certain kids feel every day. The funds would go to new materials for classes to help students understand how mental health disorders don't define who people are. It would talk more about it and explain to students how they work and how they affect people who have them. It's a fun way to get exercise and teach people about mental disorders and disabilities, about how they're not bad, and how they work and affect the everyday lives of the people who have them. This can go for every school from the primary to the middle school. It's a great way to raise money for a great cause. That's all I have for you tonight. Thank you.
Mrs. Diener, I have a question. These here you're proposing as after-school clubs, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who's in charge of making the after-school clubs, picking those?
So many of the times the intramurals, like the clubs after school, the teachers come forward and propose them. So, but if there was an idea, I would certainly bring that, and I know you talk to Dr. Rigby a lot or Mr. Mercer and bring that forward and, see what they can come up to and plan and maybe, ask a couple of teachers, if they'd be interested in doing something like that. I know we also have the Make a Difference Club,
Yeah.
which is in there too. So I don't know if it all could be, that type of idea could be incorporated into it, or that it could be something that is separate in itself. It depends on the direction we want to take it in.
Yeah.
Now, are the clubs done for the year, for the spring? They're all put out already?
So they're rolling, and
Okay.
we budget for certain advisors for because for the program, but they're not necessarily done.
Oh, okay.
If there's something
No, I
that
just wanted to
comes up.
see if
Yeah.
there's something before the end of the year. I know we have quite a number of months left. If something could be done before the end of the year with one of these two initiatives. I like to see, I love the Making a Friends Club. I know some kids, don't have as many friends, or they feel like they don't fit in certain groups, especially in 8th grade. There's a lot of shifting of friends, I notice, with my own daughter. And I think it's a great idea to maybe have them, collectively come together, maybe people who don't have lunch tables or just aren't involved in sports. I think it's actually a great idea. So, maybe speak to Dr. Rigby and see if we can move along with that one.
So Ms. Diener and I have an appointment meeting scheduled next week to talk about another idea that she'll, bring forward. So maybe we can bring this into the conversation as well. Yeah.
So I realized that I feel as though the schools don't do, we do a lot to stop and prevent bullying, but I feel like there's some more that we could incorporate that incorporates the students and teaches them how to be upstanders. So I thought of the idea to make a survey about if people have been bullied, to see which grade, which population of students get bullied more, and we use that to make what I like to call the anti-bullying ambassadors, which is a handful of kids who want to help and be upstanders and stop bullying. When they see it, they could stop it head on, like they could tell people to stop it, or they can go to a teacher, and we would do the first survey, and then we would do another one asking people if they want to be an anti-bullying ambassador, and then we could like see how that works for a couple of months, and then take the first survey again and see the number shift of how many people of like how people think. Like at first, it could be 60% say Cedar Drive doesn't do a great job at preventing bullying, and 40% say it does, shifting it to 70% say it does a good job, and 30% say that it doesn't. It, like, watch the number shift, and then make assemblies and workshops teaching people how to be upstanders, and that they're not really snitching on people, they're protecting others.
Okay. All right, that's a good idea. I wanted to go back to your last presentation about the fundraising. Did anything take off from that? I know we were late in the game with that, but you had some initiative of not selling the poinsettias, I believe it was. Was that for the Hershey trip?
It was an additional fundraiser along with the poinsettias for people who don't celebrate Christmas or really use poinsettias or wreaths.
Yes, I remember
I
that.
haven't started much on that,
Okay.
but I could pick it up and like
Yeah, I'd
see.
like to,
Yeah.
see that. I mean, all these are great, but since that trip's coming up, I wanted to see if that has moved along, because it may be a good incentive to start bringing that forward, because that trip is
Yeah.
in May, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to hold off on this and go back to that and like prioritize. I mean, whatever works for you, but I know that that's coming up, and that may be beneficial to some families to help fundraise, offset the cost. And I really like that idea, so that's just an idea.
We're starting to do the popcorn fundraiser, which is another fundraiser that takes place like from March to like April.
Okay.
And so that's like the second fundraiser. I realized that it was a bit too late to do a fundraiser for like people who don't celebrate Christmas around Christmas time, for like other holidays. So I was going to talk to Dr. Rigby and see about like how we can do that next year. Talk to Dr. Rigby in the music department and see what they want to do. Maybe doing something next year, like I don't know, like decorative candles or like candy or something that like other people who don't celebrate Christmas can
That's
can
a great
do.
idea, and
Yeah.
I know you're going to be leaving this year, right? So you won't be able, maybe you could pass it on to the new representatives, because I definitely like
Yeah.
to see that. It's always helpful for families to have, to offset the cost with these type of fundraisers.
Yeah.
I found it to be a great idea. Okay, all right, terrific, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, Mrs. Boucher. Thank you, Mrs. Boucher. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So I'm Sophia Boucher, and I was working on widening the variety of school lunch options for students with special dietary needs, but also for students who would like to see something new in the cafeteria. And I have been developing a form, and I'm pretty sure it got released today. So, yeah, so it's moving along pretty well, and I hope to see like results, and that'll help me gauge like how much of like that we could do.
All right, just to recap, because some people may be tuning in that haven't seen it. So what is the form going to have on it?
So it's gonna ask like, do you want anything new added to the cafeteria, or do you want something like changed?
Okay, so it's like garnishing feedback from all the students.
Yeah.
And that's going to go through all the grades, 6th, 7th, 8th, or just 8th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, great. So it's going to incorporate the whole student body. Excellent. Okay, great. So when do you think we'll find out those results?
I don't remember if we put a due date on it, when we were going to take it back. Was it a week, I think it was, or something?
Yeah, I don't think I met with Dr. Rigby about that yet.
So I think I think we're going to be sending it out soon once they confirm with that, and that we'll put an end date on it. So it's a Google form. She did a great job of putting together a Google form, and so those are instant. We can follow those results, and we put a time on it, so the results back are quick to compile.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
probably by the next meeting on March 18th to be able to share what some of the results are.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool.
Great, I'm looking forward to see what the kids, what the kids want the most of. So, yeah, thank you so much. And we don't, the other, okay, I thought maybe you had it before. All right, great, thank you so much, ladies, we appreciate that. I just want to ask Dr. Garbe, I know you had sent me something for the additional student liaisons. You had put an email out to solicit new board member liaisons. How is that going? Did we get a decent amount?
We have 14 responses for it to become new members, new student representatives to the board. So we, depending, we can work with the board to find out how we want to accommodate or address
Yeah.
that many people who are returning to fill some of our people who've been with us long-term and short-term and are, as they're going through.
Yeah, I
so.
want to see, I want to make sure whoever was on now is going to continue.
Yep.
If they do not want to or would like to switch out, we could make room for some new folks that want to participate. Yeah, I'll talk to you during the week on how we're going to handle that. I
Perfect.
wish we could take all 13, but I don't know how that would work.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very impressive to see so much participation in that. So thank you for all those who wrote back in. Okay, ending the student liaison reports, we're just going to backtrack to communications. If everybody wants to take a look, we had 3 communications. I answered all 3 of them. I know we had 2 concerns about the Parent Advisory Committee. We'll address that during Sarah's report tonight. And going right into my president's report, I will keep it brief, as discussed about our significant achievement, number 15. I'm going to add that I attended the cheer competition that was at Ocean High School, I think it was last Monday. I'm sorry, was it Tuesday? Gosh, Tuesday. And it was a fantastic experience. All the cheer teams from across the Monmouth County were there. And our team did a fantastic job. We didn't place, but they did a fantastic job. And I just wanted to thank all the cheerleaders who participated in that. Lastly, I went to the town hall meeting to request, if you guys remember, we did the bus stop on cameras, and I had sent an email to, at the time, Mayor Buss, to try to basically get some of that violation money to reallocate it back to our security, safety and security initiatives here. So I did, get part of an answer that she will look into it and see if we can get, I know the town only gets 30% and the state apparently gets the rest of the violation money, which I find unfair. But if we can get some of that money, I think they were willing to do it as long as it's allowable. And I forget, Mrs. Bennett, who's a lawyer, yeah, she is. Yep, okay. Excellent. So we're just waiting to hear on that. That'll conclude my president's report. We're going to go right into the board liaison report. If Mrs. Horowitz, can you start with the Parent Advisory Committee?
Okay. So our next meeting is taking place on the 23rd, this Monday at 7 p.m. During the meeting, we'll review the teacher feedback and address additional topics that we that were requested. We're also going to reserve the final 15 minutes for open discussion.
Okay, great. I just want to make a comment. As we know, we are going to reformulate that. We're renaming that. We are going to, like Mrs. Horowitz said at the end of the meeting, this isn't to silence anybody. I got some comments that I was looking to silence the public, and that's the last thing I want to do. I'm always available, as you know. You can reach me by email, and I'm always available at our board meetings, and I'm still going to be making myself available for the Parent Information Forum once a month. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows that at the end of the meeting, we still are going to have that open feedback and requests, comments, issues, complaints, there's still going to be plenty of room for that. But this will be more, formatted, a little bit more better use of our time. I felt that a lot of those meetings were, a lot of people were just into bashing me, to be honest with you. Everything was a complaint. There was really nothing ever said good about, some initiatives we brought forth. And I'm hoping this year it's a more positive experience for everybody. So that's all I got to say on that. If you want to move forward with the PTO.
Yeah, of course. There's several upcoming PTO events. February 20th is the 4th grade fun night from 5:30 to 7:30 at Big Play Zone. February 23rd through March 6th is the district-wide readathon. Flyers were sent home. If you haven't received it, to set up your online account. I'm sure you'll get it over the next week or so from teachers. February 25th is the annual book swap hosted at the primary and elementary school. March 12th is a 7th grade skate night from 6 to 8 at United Skates of America. March 19th is the 42nd annual Spring Gala at Southgate Manor. I hadn't brought it up in the past, but if you haven't considered donating or providing anything to your grade level baskets, please do so. The most entries do win a pizza party for the entire grade. Any additional information on events that is needed, you can go to the Colts Neck PTO website.
Great, thank you so much, Mrs. Horowitz. Moving right into the Colts Neck Township newsletter, Mrs. Camera.
I'm just reminding the public that on the Colts Neck Township Schools website, we have a link. You go under the Board of Ed tab, you go to newsletters, and I'm encouraging residents to subscribe, and our next newsletter will be published in March.
Okay, great. Moving right into the sports, arts, extracurricular activities, Mr. Regnetta and Mr. Whitberg.
Thank you. Tackle football, the deadline to sign up is this Friday, February 20th. They're trying to find teams for basically all skill levels from 7 U teams to 14 U teams for this fall. So please go to coltsnecksportsfoundation.com for more information. And they're also looking for cheerleaders for the teams as well too. So for ages 5 to 14 for the games, and also for possible competitions if they get enough kids and enough interest. They also will be holding clinics, cheer clinics to gauge more interest, which will be held on March 6th, 13th, and 20th at the Bucks Mill Rec Center from 5 to 7 p.m. You can email ayfcheer@coltsnecksportsfoundation.com for more information. The girls softball and boys baseball. The seasons will begin for the softball April 1st through June 30th. And for boys, opening day is April 11th, and that'll go through mid-June. Again, there is a military discount. Also, if you have 3 or more children in softball or baseball, you get a discount. Trying to field all-star teams for a district tournament. The prices right now, $195 for baseball to the $225 for baseball and softball through the 28th, and then starting on March 1st, it goes to $275. That's about it for now. Okay.
Nothing, Ms. Booker? Okay, I just wanted to bounce back to Dr. Garabay. Do we have the opportunity to send out that invitation for the Sports Foundation gentlemen to meet with me and the liaisons?
I don't know that not yet, waiting for a date. You want to?
Yeah, I want to put a date out. I told them that, during our meeting, a couple weeks ago, that I'd like to meet with them, with our liaisons, so we can move forward planning their next season, what they may need ahead of time, so that we could accommodate all their requests. And I also wanted to make sure that they're aware that they'd be able to put their advertisements on our gymnasium, on the platforms, wherever, to advertise for them. So if you want to put out a date that could work. I don't know, Mr. Whitberg, what works best for you after 5? I know, Vinny, after 5 is good for you as well during the week. Is that okay if we pick any day during the week after 5? 5:30?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay, so 5:30. Okay, so we'll see what we
Are
can
there any
come up
days
with.
to stay away from?
When do you think it'll happen?
I don't, are there days, I'm asking, before I put them out, are there days that we should stay away from of the week that are not good?
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Are the best days?
I'll try to make it work. I'm not sure when my son's lacrosse practices will be, so I'll definitely be in contact with you once I find out.
Perfect. I'll request a report.
Yeah, we'll try to make it. If one of you can't make it, as long as there's two of us, I think it would be good,
Sure.
but we'll try to get us all together.
Perfect.
Okay,
you.
moving on to the Colts Neck Township Committee, Mr. Walsh?
Attended the meeting with the President, the Board of Education. It was a relatively short meeting. The highlights in the meeting were the state's introducing legislation to curb back the horse track racing in our Meadowlands and Freehold Raceway, and which would impact our community. There's over 100 stables, impact the racing, the horse community statewide. Be a significant impact on the owners of the horses, the stables, everything that feeds into that industry. So our township's adopting a resolution to oppose it, and hopefully that bill doesn't, it's not passed. They expended about $5 million worth of taxpayer money, 92.3%, over $5 million, $112,000. $1 million went to our Board of Ed, $1 million went to the Freehold Regional School District, $2 million went to the county for county taxes and county libraries, and the rest were expended for municipal township purposes, fire department, roads, workman's comp, cable bills to run the town, like keep the lights on in all the buildings. So that was the highlight of that. And $295,000 went to open space that the voters approved. The mayor met with Congressman Smith and the Secretary of the Navy in reference to the encroachment of affordable housing, specifically that would impact the Board of Earl, Naval Weapons Station. They had a great conversation, according to the mayor. So they expect some input from the Department of War back in regarding that issue and the legal challenges brought by the builders. Those two, the one particular development off of Wells Springs, it's a big impact. I think that's their biggest concern. Anything that borders the Earl is going to be an issue. Our president brought up the stop arm cameras that, as you brought up, mentioned to the public. We're looking to get some of that money back in violations redirected to our school board to spend on school and safety issues. The affordable housing, again, another conversation. The 29 towns that filed the suit in the district court and the U.S. 3rd District, they were ultimately dismissed. However, there's an emergency appeal in the United States Supreme Court. Judge Alito is actually handling that case for our region, and the Attorney General of our state was ordered to respond by yesterday. Hopefully their decision is made to stay the affordable housing round 4 obligations that each town has to meet by March 15th. So I'm hoping there's a positive decision made by Judge Alito to at least stay the obligations for all the towns in New Jersey to build housing. And that was pretty much it. They talked about first aid's in good order, according to Committeeman Rizzuto. Our police department is going for accreditation, which is really big in the police world. They go in front of the Police Accreditation Board on March 12th. Chief Santucci initiated that program, and Chief DeVito is following suit to make sure our police department is accredited, which is a really good thing for the policing and in general, make sure our police department is doing everything it's supposed to and then some. And that's the highlights of they have one resident that was actually turned down by Colts Neck Firehouse number 1 as a volunteer. There was a discussion back and forth from a committeeman that was on the fire company and the residents, and they're going to look, the township as a governing body is going to look and see, since I think they do have some control over our fire companies, executive council-wise. The discussion really hedged on, they don't want to discourage a volunteer in town from joining a fire company. And that was the highlights of the committee meeting.
Great, thank you for that update, Mr. Walsh. Okay, the extension of that, the 250 celebration, Mrs. Camera?
Thank you. The last meeting was Thursday, February 12th. Dr. Garibay and I attended. Just reiterating, there is a kickoff event Sunday, February 22nd. It's Happy Birthday George Washington from 5 to 8 at the Colts Neck Inn. Highlights include George and Martha Washington reenactors, as well as Joshua Huddy, Laird Applejack cocktails. You probably received an email from the Colts Neck Business Association. It's all over Facebook. So I'm just reiterating, if you're interested, to please sign up. In terms of the barn tour, we have some great news. So the board might remember that unfortunately we were unable to provide busing because of safety and more so just what was Thank you. Liability issues. I appreciate that. So great news. Dr. Garibay had asked our transportation coordinator, Nicole Orozco, thank you, to acquire quotes from a motor coach / charter company for the date and the approximate hours of the barn tour, which of course then the CNBA could sponsor. And these buses have bathrooms, which is better suited for a tour. And the committee was so excited by these quotes. So it's a great happy ending. Yeah, it really worked out well. In terms of the school calendar contest, to match what Sue Fitzpatrick made for the happy birthday, we have these now beautiful new flyers. Dr. Garibay created these on February 5th. And I shared the flyer with the township with the America 250th committee. I forwarded it to Sue Fitzpatrick. My daughters delivered the flyer to my contact at the Colts Neck High School. So that way, it's really getting exciting now to have all these students participating in this calendar contest. In terms of 9/11, the 25th anniversary of September 11th. I had spoken last time about the possibility of our middle school students taking a trip to the ceremony at the township, and so we really couldn't figure out the best way to coordinate our students due to challenges of transportation, staff, safety. So we came up with this alternative plan that the township and school will work together to live stream the program. So our students, our middle school students, can watch the ceremony live. They can participate, and then they can still have they always have their special assembly as well. So it seemed like a great compromise. And then we also discussed how we would like the students to visit. I don't know how many people know this, that there is a 9/11 memorial garden located near the library. The garden was created to honor 5 residents from the community who lost their lives. And it features 5 benches, each with a nameplate decorated to one of the victims, arranged in the peaceful garden setting. So we're going to make sure our students know about this. We don't know how many know about this, probably on that day, but those, that will coordinate. There might be a different day, but, to let them learn a little bit more about Colts Neck and obviously 9/11. So those were the biggest updates. Mr. Capasso was able to add a 250th tab on our district website. And what's great about this tab is it lists events in Monmouth County, including the library programs. It includes events, the whole national 250th committee, and obviously our township committee. So just for our residents, there's so many events and contests that, please look at this tab. A reminder on social media, there is a Colts Neck, New Jersey 250th page. It's active both on Facebook and Instagram. You may have noticed around Town Hall, there's beautiful flags now, 1776 flags. So I would like our school to coordinate with the town and have the same flags in front of our building, so that we'll be working on that next. The next thing, we'll be having Read Across America Week, March 2nd to 6th. And we have a red, white, and blue patriotic theme. Again, I think you designed this as well, right, Dr. Garibay?
That came from Susan Fritz.
Oh, okay, Susan Fritz. Okay, well, thank you for designing this. It's so exciting, just seeing the school, the community, the county really get on board with this. And the last thing that was just emailed me today, it's really exciting. To support our board's video contest, Mr. Capasso created an informational flyer. I think everybody has it in front of them. And this will be going out to the community. There's also a Google form for submissions from our students. I emailed him back just like with a few suggestions on the Google form, so we'll be working on that. And I'm sure this will all be in our superintendent's update. So we have so many wonderful things planned, and then I still think one other idea, just maybe we want to have our students in the art club like decorate some of the buses for the 250th. And but I'm so excited with being on this committee and all these wonderful events that we have coming forward on the board level, the school level, the township level, et cetera. Okay, that's everything. Thank you.
Great, thank you for that update, Mrs. Camera. Going back to Mr. Walsh for the seniors, I don't know if you have anything.
We really had 103 seniors at the last meeting, the most ever. Second to the Christmas. So, and it's tax season for the seniors, and it's budget season for the town. They just had their budget meeting this afternoon. Putting in a budget, the township was hoping I forgot to mention, they keep the taxes similar to 2025. But like I said, I hope they follow our example by keeping taxes,
Oh, Kevin, your mic is off.
keeping our taxes low and high-quality education to our kids in the community.
And Kevin, may I add one thing? Ray Chabelle, the president of the senior club, is also on the 250th committee.
He's a good man.
So
Good man.
he's just so involved in our town, so we appreciate everything he's doing.
Yeah. Judge.
Oh,
He was a judge.
thank you.
Okay, was that it, Mr. Walsh?
That's it.
Okay. All right, moving on to Naval Weapons Station, Earl, Mr. Scarpa.
Yeah, I'll be very brief. We're in the very, very preliminary stages of exploring a potential opportunity for some financial literacy. With a partnership with our curriculum coordinator, we'll report out on that as it develops, but at very, very early stages of conversation in that space. Let's
Okay,
open up.
excellent, I did see that, very exciting. Okay, that was it? That's it? Okay, I have a couple of things for the school boards, I'll try to be brief. March 20th, the New Jersey School Boards is having its third annual Women's Leadership Conference. That will be 9 to 4 at the College of New Jersey, $149 registration fee. April 24th is the New Jersey School Board's School Public Relations Forum. That is 10 to 3 p.m. at Mercer County College, $149 registration fee. And then New Jersey School Board's Virtual Spring Conference will be Friday, May 8th, 9 to 4, $129 registration. All this is in your email. If anybody wants to participate, you can find it there. The New Jersey School Boards is looking for talented students to sing and dance to kick off the New Jersey School Boards workshop. That workshop I always talk about in October. So that will be happening October 19th and October 22nd. We have the dates already. Performances will take place, whoever volunteers to get picked, they will take place on October 20th and 21st. The deadlines for submissions for the students is March 31st, so they are encouraging our performing arts, music departments to apply for this big event. So that would be awesome. If anybody from maybe Mr. Brown could take some kids down there, that would be awesome to represent us there as well. And then just to let you know, these are the magazines that came out for this week or this month, and anybody needs a copy, I have extras here for you. That concludes the state and county school boards. I will pass it off to Dr. Garabay for her superintendent's report.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to recognize there's a lot of things happening right now, and just thank you for allowing me the time to share of it. The first thing I want to share is that we just found out recently that two of our teachers, Mrs. C.J. Burknick and Mrs. Kathy Godaleski, who are at Cedar Drive Middle School, have been selected and nominated for the upcoming 2026 Summer Institute for Teachers, the SIT hosted by JFR, the Jewish Foundation for the Righteous. Each year, Project Change nominates and sponsors 1 to 2 educators to attend this conference and become Alfred Lerner Fellows. We are absolutely delighted that Mrs. Burknick and Ms. Godaleski were both nominated for this year for this tremendous professional learning opportunity. It takes place in June. And just to let you know a little bit of background, the Jewish Foundation for the Righteous held its first institute in 2000, excuse me. The Summer Institute is an intensive academic seminar in which participants learn from renowned Holocaust scholars. They participate in lectures, meet in small groups to discuss academic pedagogy and to share teaching concepts related to the subject of the Holocaust lecture. The Summer Institute brings together approximately only 23 to 28 participants each year. They include teachers nominated by each of the participating centers in the JFR Holocaust Centers of Excellence program, Holocaust Center educational staff, and selected guest educators. And if both of them are selected to participate through the nomination process, this will be 3 teachers that have gone through the program, because Mr. Joseph Teresi also had the honor of representing Cold Snake Township Schools in 2023. So we're excited, and we'll bring it up. So congratulations, and we wish them all the best in that. I also wanted to share, in alignment with our strategic plan, that the CDMS peer is looking to launch a peer leadership initiative. Cedar Drive Middle School wants to explore and introduce a peer leadership initiative designed to support a smooth and meaningful transition for students entering middle school. Through this program, 8th grade students will be paired with 5th grade students to serve as mentors and positive role models. Participating 8th graders will receive leadership training and work with younger students through engaging activities focused on academic readiness, organizational skills, which I think we could all use, and understanding middle school culture. As part of the initiative, 2 visits to CRES are planned over the next 4 months, with each visit centered on specific topics and skills that promote both academic success and social development. So we're excited to give some updates on that. You will see last week you should have received, parents should have received the revised updated assessment calendar. Now that we know the NJSLA testing dates for the spring, that should have gone out. It's also posted to the website for people who wanted to look, if you're making plans around NJSLA. On tonight's agenda, under action items, you'll see the much awaited, the 26-27 school calendar is out. As you know, we update it as conferences become announced, back to school nights are announced, but it's the draft that will be sent and shared in anticipation. We also, though, this is the time of year where we spend 1 foot in 25-26 and 1 in 26-27. So we're monitoring weather and looking at our days. Remember, each year we traditionally build in 3 emergency closing days. We've used one of those days. We are carefully watching the weather for this weekend and hoping everything is just too far off to be accurate in any predictions going forward. March has been a tumultuous month in the past, so we're watching ahead of that. So if we need to make adjustments and adjust this year's calendar, we will do so as necessary. I also just wanted to mention, Mrs. Kemmer had mentioned, March 2nd through 6th is Read Across America Weeks. We are, as we said, infusing some 250th themes, red, white, and blues, as part of what we naturally do. There will be some more upcoming events of that same theme, so we're excited to be sharing that as that comes about. Just as a point of mentioning, we met with Mr. Scarpa and Mr. Rico, and Mr. Rasko and I met right before the meeting about a budget, so some preliminary budget things before we bring it to the Cal meetings and moving forward. One of the things that's important, as with the new governor that came in, as with every governor, there's usually a delay, a grace period they request for the state budget address. So what that means for school districts is that we don't find out our state aid until 48 hours after the state address. So with the delay of that, which is anticipated to be approximately 2 weeks, that pushes that to about March 10th if it's approved, which means that our numbers coming in for state aid will also be delayed slightly. So it doesn't, right now, it doesn't affect our budget calendar as we see it, but you never know, so stay tuned for that, okay? And then, just a reminder, March 5th, the Crest Ice Cream Wars are taking place at the Tinton Falls location. You may see some familiar guest scoopers there, so make sure you come out and support Crest on the 5th. And if you really love ice cream, March 27th, you get to do it again for Cedar Drive, who have also been selected for their Ice Cream Wars this year. So that's exciting, and everyone's looking forward to sharing. That same evening, and by the end of this week, there'll be a registration for a parent academy being facilitated at Cedar Drive Middle School at 7 o'clock at night, and that is with the New Jersey Coalition Against Human Trafficking. We have a representative from that organization, as well as survivor and author Gina Cavello, who will be speaking there that night as well. So there'll be more information and a registration for that event coming forward. The last thing I just want to point out is that under personnel number 1, there's a recommendation to accept the retirement with regret of Mrs. Maureen Caffin Price, who has dedicated 32 years of service as an elementary school teacher to the children and community of Colts Neck. And as I have said once and twice and without pausing, just we want to wish her, I want to thank her sincerely from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of everything that she has done for the many, many little children who have sat in her classroom and learned how to be good readers, how to write, how to be creative, and she is been an outstanding asset to this district, and she will be sorely missed. And of course, as always, we wish Mrs. Catherine Price the best of her retirement, happiness, health, and all the good fortune that lie ahead of her. So congratulations to Mrs. Catherine Price. And that concludes my superintendent's report. Oh, yep, okay. So yes, print it out. So I'm going to tell a little story about this, which is, I don't know why, my personal algorithm on social media brings up stuff with Colts Neck all the time. So I don't know why that is, but it just does. So I had no idea this came to me until I forwarded it to you. And I saw this, and anything that has a ranking with schools, of course I'm going to look at. And so when I was scrolling down, and I came across number 15 Colts Neck, I looked first and I was like, wait a minute. And then I looked again, and then naturally I go, why are we only 15? But I didn't say that in terms of that. But one of the things I just wanted to say is this was such a welcomed and just appreciated recognition of the school district. And at first I had to look, I'm not familiar with this media, I had to look to see what it was ranked in, because again, you look at different analytics and so many different people put out lists and whatnot. Regardless, right, to be recognized publicly in the media as 15th out of approximately 600 school districts in the state of New Jersey, and dare I say, we were ranked pretty highly in Monmouth County. And I say that not lightly because there are tremendous school districts in Monmouth County as well as in the state. So I am so appreciative, as you said, because this is the classroom, this is the leadership, this is the support staff that work tirelessly with children, and to be recognized publicly in this way it just makes me like one of the proudest parents that could ever be, just bursting with pride that we could bring this to not just be recognized in this way by this media and grateful for that, but also just appreciated in the way that I appreciate, have all of these people that go into this, including the support that we get from our community, from the board, encompassing all of this, to bring it forward and be able to say thank you in this type of way of recognition that, sometimes goes unsaid is just so very well appreciated. So thank you for allowing me time to share that. Thank you.
Congratulations. Love getting excellent news like that. Love it. All right.
And just for the record, I did get a text back from Mrs. Volpe that said, why weren't we number 1? No, I'm just kidding. She did not say that. I'm just kidding.
Said it, but I thought it.
I'm kidding.
I said next year we are going to be number
I'm
1.
teasing.
All right. Okay, moving on, we are going to look at, we have a couple of information items. If you guys want to look, we have 2 of those. And then we are going to open the floor to comments from the public. If anybody wants to share some feedback, comments, or questions, you can do so now. Please state your name and address for the record. Don't all come up at once. All right, nobody? All right, seeing none, we're going to close public comment, and we'll go right into our action items. Let's see. Can I get a motion to move action items 1 through 3?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, I'll get a roll call for action items 1, 2, and 3.
Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Rico,
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta,
Yes.
Mr. Scales,
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa,
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh,
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg.
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously.
Okay, great. Nothing under buildings and grounds. Moving to curriculum. Can I get a motion to move just that one item?
Motion?
Anybody have
Second.
any, oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Horowitz, second. I'm sorry about that. Anybody have any questions or comments on that one item? All right, seeing none, roll call for one item under curriculum.
Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Arrico.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta.
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe.
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg.
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously.
Okay, moving on to finance. Can I get a motion to move items 1 through 3 under finance?
Motion.
Second?
Questions or comments? Okay, roll call.
Finance items 1 through 3. Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Arrico.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta.
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe.
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a motion to move the one item under policy?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Okay, roll call for policy number, one item.
Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Arrico.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta.
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe.
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg.
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously.
Okay, great. We have nothing under negotiations or transportation. Moving right into personnel. Can I get a motion to move items 1 through 16? 1 through 16.
Second.
Okay, any questions or comments on those 16 items?
I do. First, my daughter Jocelyn had the privilege of having Mrs. Catherine Price as a second grade teacher many, many years ago. And it really was an honor. There's no teacher like her who builds a community the way she does, where every child is excited to go to school, cares about each other. It's just such a strength she has, and I wish her all the best. It was really just such a wonderful year for my daughter, and I'm just sad to see her leave, but at the same time, so happy for her to be able to retire and enjoy her retirement. And then I did have a question on number 16 with the amended medical disability leave. So could you just explain the COSS? So that is the, you told us what it was earlier on, the Central Office Support Sick Staff Leave, staff leave.
Central Office Support Staff is at COSS.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then, so I know like the union has a sick bank, and
Mm-hmm.
then they're able to give out to the teachers if they go over their personal sick leave.
Correct.
So could you kind of just explain this one to me and how it
And that's
works?
exactly, so it's
Okay.
labeled specifically within the individual contracts. The individual titles are included within, they're not a collective bargaining group, yet by title in each of the contracts, they are identified to be able to donate days to a sick bank, and those days then can be applied for and used, approved and used,
Okay,
if it goes beyond a threshold.
got it. And then I guess I'm assuming you're in charge of that sick bank, of how many days?
Yes,
you're
we
in,
maintain
in and
all the
out?
sick banks, yes.
Okay, and as board members, we have, like, we can see those numbers or how it works?
You
or-
can see the balances?
Oh, I'm just
Is-
asking what, like.
Yeah,
what-
you can see the balances.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
there's terms and conditions for use, you know, of some contracts call for a certain period of time that a person has to be out
Okay.
before they can use that. So there's different nuances to the use and application process for, depending upon the contracts.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, best of luck to that person, but, thank you. I was curious about that.
Great, thank you, Mrs. Cameron. Anybody else have any questions or comments for 1 through 16? Okay, seeing none, if we could have a roll call.
Personnel items 1 through 16. Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz. Yes. Mr. Arrico.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta.
I must recuse 3 to 8, 14 to 16, but yes to all the rest.
Thank you. Mr. Scales?
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa?
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe?
Yes.
Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
Mr. Whitberg?
Yes.
Thank you. The motion did carry.
Okay, great, thank you. Moving into our second public comment of the evening. Once again, anybody like to get up, share some thoughts, questions, or comments, please do so by stating your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing none, we're going to wrap that up for this evening, and we are going to move right into new business. Anybody have any new business they want to bring to the table?
Just one comment for me in regards to the township committee's resolution. What I would recommend we do is try to add the school board to that, if possible. Try to do a dual resolution. I don't know if anyone knows necessarily the severity of it. I was waiting the town council, town committee to kind of talk about it, but it's all relative. Right, everything is relative. What they're trying to do with the track is going to dramatically impact the town, right? Because like Mr. Walsh said, there's hundreds of farms, but more importantly, if you kind of see behind the veil what it's intended to do. So the track, what they're trying to do with the track is build housing for Netflix. And what happens if you remove one of the biggest assets to Colts Neck community? You remove that track from Monmouth County, and all of our stables and farms close. All of the children that are in the schools get impacted. The horse racing industry, as we know, has declined steadily over the years, but there are a number of students in our district that belong to the workers that work at these farms, as far as the owners, the stable maids, everything that you can imagine. It's a pretty large industry. Right? And what happens when all the stables close? Then the developers can purchase that land and develop more housing. So if you think about it, it's a domino effect, and it's made to impact. It's a sole impact to the target that has been on the Colts Neck's back. So I think, again, as we stand as a community for not necessarily just for affordable housing, as we've said moments and time again, we are not against affordable housing. We are against overdevelopment. This will, within the next decade, open up Pandora's box for all of the farms, and the families that can no longer support their families will be forced to sell their land. So I think it's imperative that we as a school board, with the amount of power that we have, the amount of budget that we also control, and the amount of students that are in here, we sign on with that, and we show all the families and the community members in this town that we won't stand for state overreach, and we won't stand for someone coming in with another target on Colts Neck's back to try to remove industry and to disrupt Colts Neck's way of life, as we've seen time and time again. So that's all I have from mine comments, but if you'd like, I could draft up a resolution to be added to the town if the mayor will indulge us. So.
Okay, I think you'd have the full support. I don't know if anybody wants to chime in, but I just by everybody's.
It's known as the horse community, or horseshoe in our school symbol. So let's, I'm fully supportive in that resolution and supporting our township committee's efforts and opposing this legislation.
All right, so you're going to start working on that and bring it forth at the next cow?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Scales, for that initiative. We appreciate it. Anybody else have any new business? Okay, I have something I'm going to share with you. This is funny. I didn't tell anybody I was going to read this, but I was cleaning out the mess of a basement I have. I mean, when I tell you a mess of a basement, I think I've saved everything since I've been 5 years old. And I found this letter from the Colts Neck Township School District from 1996.
That was the year I graduated college.
Okay, so, and I like to show you, look at the font on there, how old that is, right? And the superintendent was Greg R. Hauser. Oh, you do know, okay. And the BA was Margaret Blessing. And this here was addressed to Patrolman Kevin Walsh. Don't mean to embarrass you, but I'm going to. So I found this and I thought I'd share it with you. It's addressed to Patrolman. So it's addressed to Patrolman Kevin Walsh from April 15th, 1996. Dear Patrolman Walsh, each year the Board of Education takes time to recognize those individuals who have contributed to the success of our district. You have been selected to be recognized at our annual board dinner for your outstanding contribution to our school district. As in any endeavor, there are always people who go above and beyond the norm to make the organization reach a higher plateau. Through your efforts, the Colts Neck Township school system has improved and become a more effective organization. I look forward to having you and a guest. Who is that? I wonder. Yes, I know. I'd like to know who she was. And a guest on Thursday, May 23rd, 1996, at the Squires Pub. Have no idea what that is, on Monmouth Road in West Long Branch. And further look forward to recognize your efforts on behalf of the children of Colts Neck. Attached for your convenience is a menu selection. Would you please make your dinner choice and return it to Margaret Blessing, the business administrator. Again, congratulations on a job well done. Yours truly, Greg Hauser. I just thought, if you guys want to look, I just can't believe I found this. I was like, Board of Education, what is this? And, and I just thought it was so nice to bring this up. I've had this for like a month, and I kept forgetting to bring it, but I just thought that was so nice, and I wanted to show everybody. So we'll close out the meeting with that. If I could have a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Right.
All in
Great.
favor?
Opposed? Yeah, thank you.
Motion carried,
I
meeting
still want to
adjourned.
know who you took. This is going to be on the ride home. Yeah. Brian,